Hello, hello, it's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the Forum Show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every Wednesday night, taking calls from the bands. Hello, hello, it's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the Forum Show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Well, hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself upstairs on the panel this evening is Big Ulster and Big Bridge. How we doing, boys?
Big Bridge.
Big Bridge. Doing well, thank you.
Can I just say a big good evening to you guys in the panel? Huge good evening to the boys in the lobby, and a massive good evening to all the Rangers fans all over the world. Good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio.
One more sleep, Bridge, one more
One
sleep.
more sleep. Oh, very excited, very excited.
You never guess, Ulster, would you?
Very excited.
Oh, I'm excited too. I can't wait. This fridge magnet just can't.
Listen.
Beat it, you.
You've got me in a lot of trouble with this fridge magnet play.
You wait till you come up here, boy. I'm going to see you, boy. I'm telling you.
So what I'm suggesting, if anybody's got any spare fridge magnets, take them to the bistro tomorrow. Any fridge magnets that's off for Fox, he's feeling left out. I've got a couple here of next time I see him. So anybody that goes anywhere to move on, get a fridge magnet for Fox.
Oh, that's a shocker.
He feels
What a
bad.
shocker.
It's your fault. You shouldn't have brought back two, you're miserable.
How are you going, Bill? Your head, as you say. That's shocking.
Imagine that, in that gift shop, everything's 99 cents, there's like one fridge magnet.
Oh,
Anyway. So you're over tomorrow, Ulster. Looking forward to it. Obviously, you always see the Rangers scoring a lot of goals.
no. Well, hopefully it's all changed. I think the last game we got a win. Finally got a win. So hopefully things have changed for us, and we'll see another win and just continue that, because we were on the downfall, as you know, the last couple of years. We haven't been the luckiest. We didn't get too many wins out of all the trips we came over, but times are changing, so we're going to win tomorrow, definitely.
Yeah. I think so as well. Bridgeman?
Oh, yes, 100%. For me, 100%. And not only that, we've got to, haven't we? We've just got to. If we want to shall we say, if we wanted to be looked at as challengers in any way, shape or form, we have to win our home games. We just have to. And let's do it with a bit of style, because we can play football.
We've got some good players. We've got players that blow hot and cold. We've got a team with a team ethos, and if we play well, we'll win easy tomorrow. I'm convinced of that, Ulster.
Yeah, definitely. Give Livingston a lot of respect, because they have done very well this season. I think they've only lost, I think it's in the region of 8 or 9 goals the whole season. Played us twice, or played us once, played them lot across the city twice. So that's pretty good going for them, So they're obviously good in defence, home and away. They've obviously been decent. But I think if we want to be serious about doing stuff in the league and really, putting a challenge in, we need to beat them. Respect them, of course, but go out and beat them. And I think we can do it. We proved against Motherwell. Motherwell sometimes for us can be a difficult game because of the way their physicality sometimes puts us off. But we went out, we destroyed them pretty easily. And I hope we do something similar to Livingston. But I'll take any win as it comes, but I'd love to see a real good performance. But the win is the most important thing. We need to get ourselves, really, really kicking on, getting these wins back and putting the pressure on.
Yeah, I agree with that, Ulster. I think that when you say put the pressure on, I think we've got the pressure on, and I think you're seeing the results of that pressure, I think, and some of the stupid stories that are going around and the silly things that are coming out of them across the city. You're actually seeing some of that pressure. What we need to do, of course, is keep winning and keep the pressure on them. Just keep the pressure on.
Foremost,
absolutely, 100%.
You know. Anyway, if people want to join us, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can you join us, Big Ulster?
You can join us at rangersradio.online or on Skype. Send us a wee request and Foxy will sort you out.
Foxy should sort himself out. I'm talking about Fox. I think he came and joined us. Evening, Fox. How are you doing, mate? All mucker.
What's this about, Keith? He's got to sort himself out. What's this about? Fox, yeah.
He's not. You know what he's like. He's a person over, isn't he? How are you doing, Fox?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much.
How are you enjoying the autumn of the year?
It's lovely.
What did you do today, mate? Were you planning your weekend?
I was doing that, mate, and doing some stuff about the house, but I spent most of my day having a right good laugh on Rangers Media, mate.
Was that the Bridgeman story?
No. I don't often go into the kind of off-topic section of Rangers Media, but I spent a day in there in the quintessential off-topic, mate, and I don't think I've laughed so much watching the computer for absolutely ages. I read threads like things you never see nowadays. It's aptly named the old Seas thread, and that was all about memories of things that you don't see too much, and they post a weird image, the wee clips off of YouTube and that, mate, some of them hilarious. So if you're ever sitting during the day and you've nothing to do, get yourself on Rangers Media and into the quintessential off-topic, mate. Some brilliant threads in there, and hats off to all the boys that post in there. It's absolutely great fun.
And obviously got all the forums and they need people to post to get the debate going and keep the thing running and freshen it up. So if people have getting to say, it's good to get involved in it.
Aye, without a doubt, mate. I mean, sometimes you get fed up reading about just the football all the time, and in there you can read in about politics if that's your game, like FIFA and things like that. It was an interesting afternoon. It spent a right good few hours in it, and it's well worth it. If you never go into it, get yourself into it, because there's some great threads in it.
Alright, mate. Aye, okay. Well, maybe give that a look if I'm sitting and as the winter kicks in. Apart from that, you looking forward to the game tomorrow? How many layers for you tomorrow, Fox?
Many what?
Layers.
Oh, I'll be well wrapped up tomorrow, mate. You know, like I'll look nearly as fat as Bridgman by the time I get there with all the jackets I'll have on.
Oh, they do.
Bridgman, are you taking that?
What can we say? This is jealousy, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just jealousy. He's just a bad wee naff for Castle Milk. That's really what he is.
I think he feels a bit. He've obviously put his nose out of joint with just bringing the one fridge mug. But what about you share that? Maybe we'll share it, Fox. If I have it for 6 months and then you can have it for 6 months, is that fair?
I know, and I had a badge for him, but I'm just keeping it now. That's him had it.
Oh, Fox, no, you're killing me.
Anyway, the build up of the game, I think it'd be only right before we start debating bits and pieces if we hear from your manager, Steven Gerrard, MBE. So if you don't mind going on mute, lads.
Stephen, how is everyone after the international break?
Yeah, really good. No one's come back with any problems or issues, so we're nearly at full strength. There's only really Ryan Kent, and this game's come a bit too soon for him, but he's not too far away. And Bona won't be in the squad, but he'll be in full training in the next day or so.
What was it like having the break, given the momentum you had built up, especially with that game against Motherwell? with the volume of games, is it something you needed, or with the momentum would you rather keep going?
I think in terms of just bodies available, it came at a good time. In terms of performance and the feel-good factor, obviously it came at a bad time. But it is what it is, you know, it's in the schedule from the beginning. We know when they come. Sometimes it suits you, sometimes it don't. But what I will say is the players have been incredible this week in terms of level of performance in training. And, you know, as the manager, I just hope they take that into the weekend's game.
What sort of game do you expect against Livingston?
A completely different one from the first one. Quite similar to how a lot of teams come to Ibrox. Hard to play against, compact, that low block, quite direct, quite physical. We know they're missing the main striker who scored against us last time, so we're not sure, you know, what Gary's plan will be. So we'll wait and see, but we believe the game is about us and what we do and how we approach it, and we're going in confident mood, and we can't wait for the game.
Is it a case of a point to prove after the last result, or is that the wrong way of phrasing it?
I think as a footballer individually, and also a team like Rangers, you've always got a point to prove. You know, it'll be a full house again. We've performed really well at home. We've made a bit of a fortress up to now, and we want to continue to do that. So we're going to play on the front foot and be aggressive like we have done from day one. You know, Livingston beat us fair and square in the first game. They celebrated after the game, and rightly so. You know, it'll be their biggest victory of the season, so we understand that. But from our point of view, that frustration and that hate should still be there. Have you got anything about you?
When you look at this period now, it's been busy for you anyway because of Europe, but domestically now the games come thick and fast. How key do you feel this period of the season is? Yeah,
it could be key, but there's still going to be a lot of football to be played after the break as well. But yeah, we have spoke about it. You know, it is a busy period domestically, some big games in there. But for us, we take it one by one. You know, it's important that we try and deal with Livingston first, 3 important points, and then we go switch back to the Europa League. That's what we do. We just take each game as it comes. But in terms of the next 4 weeks or 4.5 weeks up until the Celtic game, it's a busy schedule for us. Some really big games in there, and we're well aware of it.
Will there have to be a bit of squad management in that time?
Yes, I don't think it's fair to, you know, you look at the next 11 days, we've got four very important games. When we go past Livingston, we've got 3 games in 6 days. So it's difficult to ask players to keep going and giving the maximum every 3-4 days over a period of 4.5 weeks. It's not fair. So yeah, in terms of myself and my staff, we'll have to try and manage. But what we will do is we'll try and put teams out there that are capable of winning that game that's in front of us.
Got your first AGM next week. How much are you looking forward to that?
I'm not sure whether I'm dreading it or looking forward to it, because I've never done one. So I go in, you know, really looking forward to the experience and seeing what it's about. We're in a good place, and you know, I'm an open book, I'm very honest, and I'm looking forward to the questions that come my way.
Will there be a chance to sit with the chairman and nail down plans for January? What's going forward?
I will be sitting down with the chairman, but I sit down with the chairman every time he's over. We always go for dinner together, and we catch up, and we reflect on where we are and what we think the future looks like. And yeah, we've got a good relationship, and I will be sitting down with him over the next few days, and I'm really looking forward to being next to him at the AGM. I know you've spoken a bit before about recruitment in January. How much work do you think needs to be done to the squad to keep this challenge up? We won't be doing anything major in January, but if we identify a player that we feel like that can strengthen us and help us for the final 6 months of the season, we will go and try and make that happen. But it might be a case where we don't sign anyone, but there won't be a lot of activity in terms of volume. We've done a lot in the summer. We're really happy with the squad at the moment. But the recruitment process here is we're always looking. We're always looking to grow and improve and strengthen. That'll always be the case. Gareth McCauley got 90 minutes for Northern Ireland at the weekend. Was that promising for you? Do you feel like he could almost prove to be a new signing almost at this stage? Yes, we knew Gareth was out of condition when he first come because he'd had such a long summer and he hadn't played much football last year. He's a pleasure to work with in terms of his professionalism and how he looks after himself. It was just a case of getting a lot of training in his body and some game minutes. He done that in reserves he done that in a couple of behind closed doors fixtures, and I think Ireland, Northern Ireland, have managed them very well over the last 10 days. And he was ready against Motherwell to go in from the beginning, but he came on and put in a really good performance, full of experience and know-how, and he'll certainly be needed in the next 4.5 weeks and for the remainder of the season.
Is it good having that competition of places at centre back when you've only had the 3 in there to have the extra man?
Yeah, the idea is always to have 2 good players in each position fighting for the spot. And if everyone's fit and available, we're in good shape and everyone pushes each other to play. But the players all understand, they're educated, they know that we need to change and offload people at certain times, because it's looking like we're going to play a big volume of games from now till the end of the season, and it's not fair to ask a player to play every single game.
Stephen, there was a line that came out of Celtic's AGM where they said that there's a chance they may not take up their ticket allocation for the Old Firm game at Ibrox. How do you feel that would affect the fixture if that were to happen?
I don't think it would affect the fixture, because there'll still be an incredible atmosphere at Ibrox. That's Celtic's decision if they decide to do that. I hope they don't, because I think big football matches and Old Firms are about both sets of fans and the banter and all that type of stuff. But if they decide not to, that's their decision.
When you take part in Merseyside derbies, did you feel that it was good having both sets of fans in the crowd?
Fantastic, yeah.
Steve, just come back to the game, you mentioned Livingston celebrating after the win over there for them. Is that the memory of how they celebrated? Is that something you use in the build up to this game, just to make sure that they're not doing that again? Not for me.
I worry about Livingston, what they're going to do to us, how they're going to set up tactically, their strengths and weaknesses, how I feel like they're going to cause us problems, what have they got to offer on set pieces for and against. That's my job. But if I was a Rangers player, I'd certainly remember celebrations at the end of the game.
Stephen, last week it came out in the SFA's when they published the reasons for the booking with Candeas. It was basically because he was blowing kisses. Does that add to the frustration when you see it in black and white?
Yes, slightly, because I don't think you deserve to get a yellow card in football if you blow a kiss. But we accept it, we move on, no hard feelings, and we move forward.
Just on England, Stephen, positive they won the group and they're into the semi-finals of the Nations League. Do you feel now playing in semi-finals, they've got to the World Cup semi-final now, the mentality now, it will help getting to the final stages and dealing with tournament pressure?
They'll certainly have more confidence and more belief. I think Garrett's doing an outstanding job. I watch England now and I'm really excited. I think they're very mobile, very strong and dynamic. I think they've got excellent footballers, and I think Gareth has sort of took away that fear from the players that gripped myself and a lot of us over the past maybe 10-15 years. And now I watch England and I really fancy them against whoever they put up against. I think they're in a really healthy and strong position, and Gareth deserves all the credit for that, because he's the one who's broke it all down and built it back up. So yeah, I'm really excited as an England fan now.
So how do you feel things are going for you at the moment?
No, personally very well. I'm obviously grateful for the opportunities to start those games, and yeah, just hopefully I can keep that form going.
Would you mind sitting a wee bit forward? Sorry, just for the microphone, that'd be great. And how would you sum up how things have gone so far for you this season?
So far, personally, well, I've enjoyed every moment, but at the same time, you're here to win games for the team, and I think also that's the bigger picture.
Were you disappointed with the break coming when it did?
Yeah, a bit, because also I wanted just to keep my form going and keep hopefully playing games, but that's the challenge. I need to, when I next get the opportunity, carry that form on.
What does it mean to you when you get the goals as well? Does it feel extra special? I mean, it also justifies your position there?
I really enjoy it, yeah. It means a lot to me and my family. I think you can tell that.
Glenn, you've been heavily involved with Scotland at youth level. When you see what the Scotland side did during the international break, is that something you aspire to be a part of in the future?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of good players in the younger age groups, and obviously we are the next step once players move on from the current squad, and I think we've got a good future ahead.
Does that fill you with promise when you see the quality of players that you're playing with at the youth level?
Yeah, definitely. I think especially at under 17s last year and under 19s this year, we've shown that we've got a good squad. We've beat top teams and had really good performances.
When you see players like David Bates, who was of course here last season, and he's obviously broken into the top tier, does that show you that there is that pathway for you guys to make it?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you show that you're capable of performing at those levels that are required, then yeah, there's the pathway for you.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. Well back.
Indeed.
Yep, you back, Fox, yeah. Big Ulster's just away ironing these smalls for the weekend. Yeah. Is he back?
Aye, he's back. He's on,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
on mute now. He's on mute now.
See, I told you they wouldn't take long to iron them, Bridge.
That was quite quick, right enough, I must admit. That was quite quick.
Aye.
What, by the way, what a tremendous interview from our manager there. Superb. He's getting more and more, shall we say, irresistible to listen to, isn't he? He's really good. Really, really good.
He's very honest with them. If they get decent questions to them, they're going to get stories, mate.
Absolutely. I like it. I like it.
So the big story will be, obviously, not so much what's happening tomorrow, because he pretty much said the squad's pretty much the same, obviously. With a couple of guys getting close to coming back. But about January, but he's not going to put all his cards on the table if he's looking at somebody in January that's new, Bridge, is he?
Well, I would doubt it very much if he would do anything like that. But, I think they're just looking for him to drop a wee name here or there, or even a hint that it could be, and then they can make a story out of that. Rangers ready to sign Messi or something like that. They just love to do these things. They explode everything there is out there, as long as it's Rangers. I think I'll go with what the manager says. If he says to the world, he's got at the present moment he doesn't have any intentions of signing anyone, then that's fine. That'll do me fine. I'm not saying I like it, but it'll do me fine. I'll take his word for it.
Fair enough. Good interview, very open with the press, Fox. Not much about the game tomorrow, really, just about the squad's pretty much okay. So we'll see what the team's going to be here.
Oh, usually you get a hint, and Middleton doing the press conference alongside him maybe tells you that he might start tomorrow. I thought he might have started on the bench, but we'll need to wait and see with that. What the heck were they asking them about England game in our pre-match conference, mate? What are that press pack like? They're absolutely shocking, aren't they?
They're a disgrace, that's what they are. Every single one of them, a disgrace to say these things in a Rangers press conference. Just nonsense. But the manager's rolled with it and said what he wanted to say. It's obvious, to me, I don't know about you guys, but to me it's obvious that these people, they're not really interested in what Rangers are going to do. They're interested in what clangers or manager's going to drop or get some information about what's happening in England. To me, that's what's happening. That's the way I see it.
And else catch your ear there, Bridge, and that?
Yeah, I was delighted to hear the boy Glenn Middleton, and I have to say this: that boy is. I think one of the boys said it not that long ago. Said that this boy is going to be some player, and it looks as if it's going to turn out that way. My goodness gracious, we're going to do really well with this guy. It's fantastic. If he keeps going the way he's going, marvellous player for us. Great goal scorer. Love the way he strikes.
His finishing's been nice, Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, it's first time, making the ball first time at his age and the occasions, to have the confidence to do that and straight in the corner of the net, just wonderful stuff. These are the things we've all been talking about. Why are we not taking shots from outside the box, or just inside the box? Why are we not hitting the ball? And there the boy came and done it. Wonderful. Wonderful.
He's done well, the boy. I think Steven Gerrard's getting it right with him, Ulster.
Yeah, he's bided his time with him. I know the support wanted him. At the start of the season, we've seen some nice stuff from him in pre-season, and a lot of support were demanding him to play, But I think Kent came in, done a really good job, and he's given Glenn Middleton his chances. Instead of, you don't want to put a young player out that early and put so much pressure on him. So I think he's done very well. He's managed them well. Give him stints in the game. Give him some time. I would say some of the European games he's come off the bench, etc., to get some experience there, which has obviously helped him slot into the first team from the start when Kent was injured. So everything's working well for him.
Yes, big man. Aye, quite right. He seems like a very, very, very level-headed young man, and I think he's got a bright future in the game, Bridgman.
Yes, I believe so. I think he's going to be smashing for us. And, you know, I like the way things have seemed to be going. He's kind of been sharing the load. I don't know whether it was intentional or not. He's kind of sharing the load with Ryan Kent. And both of those boys are really, really good players. Ryan Kent, obviously, maybe a wee step up yet for Glenn Middleton. But, you know, next season, the step up will be there for him. He's beginning to show that. Wonderful player, great, good control. I think he just lacks that wee bit of pace. That might come. But my goodness, he's a sturdy-looking wee boy, and he doesn't get pushed off the ball too easily. It's just experience he needs now, in my opinion, because he's got the lot.
Oh, who would the two young boys? Who's your first choice? Who would you pick, Middleton or Kent, if you were picking the team?
Well, I think Kent technically is maybe just in front of him, but it's nice to see a young forward coming in for the youth teammate who's built for the occasion. He's a well-built, as Bridge said, a well-built young man for his age, and I don't think he'll be knocked off the ball just away. Like say when we've seen young Atakai, mate, who looked like a wee boy. I mean, for 18, he doesn't look any smaller in stature than most of the rest of our forwards. And he's got a good bit of skill beside that. And his eye for a goal, mate, is really pleasing to see.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with Fox there when he said that about Kent. I think Kent's a couple of years in front of Middleton. And I think that's given him that extra step up quality-wise. But I'm hoping that the experience that Middleton gets, both in the league, playing for Rangers, and both in the league and in Europe, is going to go a long, long way to welding his future, which way he's going to go. And if I have to say this, if you take young Kent and put Kent back down into England again, and he's going to, if he doesn't get a loan to a team in the European theatre, then he's going to struggle. And in his mind, I don't mean physically, in his mind he's going to struggle, because you're not going to get the same thrills you get when you're playing football. But competitive football is fantastic. You know that yourself, playing it. So these things he's going to miss out on. So he's going to be sitting, let's say, on loan with a half-decent side, but not getting a game every week. And here we go. He could have went to Rangers if possible. I hope he comes to Rangers. I hope he stays with Rangers for another season or so. That's what I hope.
There's only one way to settle this, Ulster, isn't there?
Aye, wee poll.
A wee poll. We'll do it up to 10 o'clock. We'll do it in the lobby, and you can put it on Facebook if that's all right with you. Outside left, who would you pick? Middleton or Kent?
I agree with Bridge there. I can see him maybe coming back for another year. I mean, when you look at the wingers that Liverpool have got playing in the first team on long-term contracts, you've got Mane and Salah and the other wing, mate. I think he's going to have to wait a long time before he gets.
He'll never get in that team. Foxy. No, he wouldn't. He would just. He's got. Remember, he's 22 or something like that now. That boy, Kent. So he's. Don't get me wrong. Nothing against him. I think he's a smashing player. But some of these guys who are just in front of him, they're maybe 3 or 4 years in front of him, and some of these guys are world class. That Mane's a fantastic player. And the boys, is it Salah? Mo Salah? Oh my God, he's one of the stars in the world at the moment. Incredible.
No, I'm not saying he's going to break into that team.
Oh right, okay. See what I mean.
If Liverpool are pleased with his progress, there's a good chance we could get him for another year. That's what I was saying, you know.
Yeah. But see, oh, sorry, I do apologise.
Remember yourself, Big Ulster, what's your thinking?
Say that again, I'm sorry, I was just finishing up, toasting that poll up there, sorry.
Oh, you can't multitask?
No.
Well, let's get honest, mate, let's get honest. What you
No
need
point
is...
lying.
because you're in the kitchen, you need a nice fridge magnet to put your notes on the fridge, mate, so you know what's happening.
Hopefully when I come back on Sunday, that'll be sorted.
You beat it, you.
Kent or Middleton for you, mate?
Oh, I think Kent's the better player from what I've seen, but then that's maybe unfair because Middleton hasn't had that many starts. You know, Kent it took Kent a wee while the first few games. People were going, I don't know if I fancy him. Get Middleton on. Gerrard stuck with Kent. Kent, obviously, you know, especially his last few games, maybe 4, 5, 6 games, has really turned it on. So I don't think we've seen enough of Middleton to give a full, you know, opinion, because he could do the same. He could maybe get 3, 4 starts in a row and he could be an absolute cracker. But obviously he'll get his chances here while Kent's out. I think young Middleton. But just from what I've seen at the minute, I think Kent looks a better player, but that doesn't mean to say that Middleton likes it tomorrow. Hopefully if he gets a start, won't impress, and hopefully he'll be trying his best to keep that position.
That was fair enough, mate. We'll see how the poll goes. I'll have a quick look in the lobby, see who's... I think Kent's sort of just edging it in the lobby. You know, so... but it's a good position to be in. 2 young players fighting for the jersey, Bridge.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, this is what football's about, you know. It's all these skillful boys. And I must say that Jerry, I must fit into that when you say skillful. Very skillful player. Very... if you think about the, shall we say, you've got Morelos, you've got Middleton coming up there, but at the moment, mainstays in the team would be Morelos, Kent, and Ageria. They're the 3 I would imagine the manager's bait. Let's stay 3 in there, and you could stick Ryan Jack in there as well. And you know, they're mainstays. They're the guys that you're going to depend on for sure. I think so anyway, and that's tremendous. But young Middleton coming out, wow, just wow. But Kent could play virtually anywhere on the park, across the midfield or up front. He really can. He's that clever, you know. Very clever player. At the moment, Middleton, I don't see Middleton playing anywhere other than the left wing. That's why I see him playing.
Do you not think he could play through the middle as well?
No.
No. In the future?
Look, he's got the build to be able to run through there and weave his magic. And we've saw him doing said thing a couple of times, being able to run through with the ball at his feet. He runs over the ball, eventually runs over the ball, but that happens. But my goodness, in a couple of seasons' time, if he keeps going, he's going to be irresistible. He'll not be able to take the ball off him. He's a tremendous player, no doubt about it. He's got all the lovely skills that you could ever ask for, and he's got that low centre of gravity that people talk about, and he's not going to get nudged, he's not going to get battered off the ball too easily, you know. Right at this moment, you get big fellas will kill him, you know, for sure.
All right, I think I get what you're saying about Kent looks a wee bit more about him, but for me, bizarrely, Middleton looks a more natural finisher in front of goal, Fox.
Aye, me too. Aye, I'd agree with that. Look, it's the same way all the players that we seem to have good games for us for a short period of time. Do we overestimate them? I'm not sure. We done the same with Barry Mackay. Thought he would be a world beater. But Middleton seems to have a lot more bottle than Barry Mackay ever had. And I think he'll stay at Rangers and be a future star for us, Middleton. As for Kent, mate, if he could just beef up physically, he'd be a terrific wee player. He's good enough to know for Scottish football, but if he put on a bit more meat in the bone, as they say, I think he would be absolutely tremendous. And maybe that's one of the things they'll look at Kent and see if they can build him up physically. Whether that would take away into his pace or anything else, I don't know, but he still looks a wee bit slight, doesn't he, for his age?
But you know, I know he's quite slight, and I agree 100% with you. But the where he plays and the manner in which he plays and the way he twists and turns, he's got to have that slight body for that, I would imagine. It's not just a slight, it's not just a wee feint here and a wee feint there. It's an actual turn on the ankle. You know, he actually turns round. It's amazing to watch him. He's Went on form, amazing to see. Just so terrific, it's no real. And Greavy is certainly at the present moment he's one of the better finishers in the club. You know, he likes to take a shot at goal, and he goes right over the ball normally when he does it. But we've seen him a couple of times having a shot and it's wildly out because he's no.
Who you got as one of the better finishers?
Middleton.
Aye. Well,
at the moment,
bizarrely, he looks natural in front of goal. Bizarrely, I agree. But I say a good problem to have. Going on to what Stevie G said about the transfer window, he's not going to put his cards out there, is he? Come on, they're being naive, are they? Or is it just me?
No, I said earlier in the week, mate, I don't think we'll get many transfers in. I said one, maybe two. But at the moment, I don't see us bringing MD in this window. Although, deep down, I think we all want to see a couple of quality additions. It doesn't look like maybe the players aren't available that we're looking at this present time. So we'll just have to see what the January window brings us, Ox, you know.
Fair comment. You never know who might leave. You never know. Neither that sort of thing, you know.
And that's a thing we've no talked about who could possibly go to bring people in. So maybe have a look at that. Maybe later on next week or something.
I've not recovered for Kenny Miller leaving, if I'm being honest.
I love it. This is brilliant.
I think you'll see Lee Wallace going
in the January, eh?
I'd hope so. Get him off our wages. He's not going to play. Whatever's happened behind the scenes, in my opinion, he's been fit for a long time. A very long time. I think he's been fit and ready to play, and whatever's happened behind the scenes, it just seems like he's not going to get a game. I'm sure he's not happy because he's getting to the age that he has to be playing. You can't be sitting not playing football at his age, you know, for sure this length of time. So I think it would do him well and the club well to move on. Get him playing games again for the last few years of his career and get the wage bill off our books.
You made that sound as though he's cheating. There'd be no playing, mate. Surely if he wants to move on, he needs to be seen as being fit. I think he's genuinely been injured for a long time, mate, as well.
I'm not saying that I don't think that he's cheating at all. Sorry if it came across like I don't mean that. I just think whatever's happened behind the scenes due to this case, I just think whether it's been Rangers themselves or who it's been, or as a club, I just have a feeling he's been fitter longer than what has been let on, you know, and he's just not being played for whatever reason. You know, why does he come on the last couple of minutes, you know, which was weird, on that substitution, and we've never seen him from him again, you know, it's just weird, I don't know.
We can't, nobody can disagree with that because it's the truth, isn't it? It's what we think. And yeah, I've said it the other night there, in my opinion, it's going to be sad because he's one of the ones that came across me and he became I looked it up again, I came across it the other day, I should say. He took over from Lee McCullough in 2015. So he's been our captain for a few years, club captain, and done well for us. Stood by the club, and the club stood by him. And now we're finding he's been injured for was it last November he got injured, and he's never played until such times that up to the cup final. He was getting fitter and fitter, but after the cup final debacle. We don't know what happened in the dressing room. We don't know who said what to him about him. So the two of them, him and Miller, obviously Miller's gone. His career's took off again, and particularly in radio, because every time you turn on the radio, Kenny Miller's on it or on the television or something. And Wallace has been left behind, unfortunately, and we don't know what it is.
He did an interview on Sky today, Kenny Miller. I never watched it. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. It was too emotional for me, Ulster.
I know. I can just imagine.
Too emotional. Just quickly, just give you a quick update on this poll. We're up to 140 votes. It's changing all the time, but at the minute it's Kent. It was just changed again as I'm saying that. It's at the minute it's Kent 58% and Middleton 42%, and that's 145 votes at the minute.
Yeah, that's to be. I would imagine that'll be the way it'll end up. for sure. In my opinion.
That's maybe says for the two of them on. Kent's just that, I don't know, about 2 years in front of young Middleton.
Yeah,
Fox,
I would say so, yeah.
And that just says where he is, you know. But Middleton's the finishing horse, you know, and we'll see where it takes us, you know, and he's our player as well. We've got to remember that, Fox, huh?
Of course, but I think Stevie G will use him sparingly, mate. I wonder what will happen when Jamie Murphy becomes fit, mate. If that'll change the dynamics on the left wing as well. Apparently he's getting near to getting back into full training. I thought he was going to be out for the season, but I thought I heard them saying in that interview or another interview that he was getting ready to go back into training, even although it might be light training. He might come back into the equation maybe about February, March, mate. It'll be interesting to see what happens then. Because I like Jamie Murphy as well, you know.
That'll be miraculous if he gets back February, March time. It'd be amazing. Absolutely amazing. That was a terrible injury. Terrible injury.
You nearly forget about Jamie Murphy, don't you? It's, you know, because he's been out that long, you forget about him.
Would we assign Kent if Murphy had stayed fit, Fox?
We might have brought him in as backup. There was a possibility because Middleton wouldn't have looked as though he was ready for first team football then. So there's still a chance Kent could have come in now.
For yourself, Pridge?
I think Kent and Jerry were coming from Liverpool anyway. No matter what was going on, I think he would have taken them on, and I still think Kent would have had a really good impact. They would probably have moved Murphy to another position just to cater for Kent and the skills he's got. That's what I think anyway. I think Kent's just been marvellous for us. Possibly the best loan we've ever had in our recent past. Really, really good. And I think one of the problems that our manager's got is that this guy Penna, if the stories are true, he's coming back in December. So if he's going to come back in December, whomever's been paying whatever of his wages, that's going to stop. So we have to then foot the bill for all his wages again. And apparently they were quite substantial. So that may have an impact on whether the manager can sign anyone, because you just might know of the range of wages. Simple as that, in my opinion. What was the other boys now? Herrera, was it Herrera? Yeah, I think it was Herrera. Yeah.
Herrera and Penna, they'll haunt us for a wee while yet. Anyway, Ulster, if people want to join us, what's the number?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Join us at Skype at rangersradio.online when you brought in the call by Fox, and you can talk about what, Bridge?
You can talk about all things Rangers, the famous Glasgow Rangers, and Foxy.
And Foxy. Maybe they'll need to start Scotland when we sort the show put, mate. We can get them a day of the fridge magnets in the mega store, mate.
I love it. I love it.
Do you want a few comments on the poll?
Yeah, let's hear them, mate. Let's hear
just a few, see what people's thinking. David Wilson, Middleton and Kent into the middle. Ajaria looks lazy and slow to me. Or he said Middleton and moved Kent into the middle. Jamie McMillan, I voted Kent, but there's not much in it. They both bring different qualities to the team. I think Kent's overall game is better, but Middleton is more direct and might even be on better stats for goals, stroke assists, despite less game time. Both players are both good players to rotate. I do think we stretch the game more with Middleton on the left due to him being left-footed, but in the tighter European nights, I can't get that loaded for some weird reason. Just normal. William Douglas, rotate them game on game. What a roasting we would give teams. So even though people's voting for either Middleton or Kent, most of the comments seem to be rooting for both of them, you know. They like both the players.
And that rotating them game by game gives both of them that wee bit break that some players need, the forced rest. So you're on the bench this week, son, you know, that kind of thing. And let Kent play and vice versa for the next week or next fortnight or next month. It'll depend on what the flow is and how well they're playing. But certainly Kent ran up maybe a half a dozen, 12 up to 10 games, maybe 12 games. I was absolutely outstanding, untouchable, great football, marvellous stuff from him, and set up a few goals. So, the last few games he said he's not been able to do any of that for some reason.
Well, he had the hamstring injury, didn't he?
That's
I
right.
don't think we'll see him tomorrow, in my opinion. I don't think we'll see him maybe around about the Aberdeen game, Fox.
I think he said he was still a couple of weeks out. Barisic not being available tomorrow will probably mean Andy Halliday will keep the left back berth. I was hoping to see Barisic back, but maybe Thursday night against Villarreal we maybe see Barisic come in instead of Andy Halliday. Well,
We could do with that, couldn't we? Definitely. But Andy Halliday will still do a shift for you. He might not be the most gifted left back in the whole world, but he'll still do a shift.
Aye, no doubt about that, Brad.
But you know, I have to say, that boy Barisic, when he played against us, he was absolutely outstanding. And he's came on a few times and he's played wonderful stuff for us. But he's picked up this stupid niggling injury, and then did he do his knee the last time? Did he have a twist on his knee or something like that? Gee whiz, you know. So a bit unlucky there with the injuries.
The other thing about him, mate, was some people take that a wee bit longer to settle into the different lifestyle, different teammates, and I don't think we've seen anywhere near Barisic at full tilt either. I think that's something we've got to look forward to as well.
Well, Foxy, if you look how long it took Grezda, for instance, to come up to what we see as even him, I would imagine, to get up to scratch and have an impact on the game and have an effect on the game. Going against Motherwell, he was tremendous. Scored 2 goals and set one up. I think he's a smashing player, and he'll only get better just for the reason that you're saying. He gets to know what the game's about here, who the people are, you know, he's playing against it and with. Once he gets all that knowledge, he can do anything but improve, and he's a smashing player for me. I
notice nobody's thinking about Flanagan's going to be playing tomorrow. It's a no-no for everybody there.
Well, I don't think his name's come up yet, but we don't know. Obviously, we don't know what the situation is insofar as midfield's concerned. He may want to put a bit more dig in midfield, in which case he could possibly put what do you call him, Andy Halliday up there and put Flanagan into left back. But personally, I agree with Fox. I think Halliday should slot into left back there.
I think he'll just fall into Tav's backup, mate, Flanagan. When Barisic goes, well, probably both. Andy Halliday seems to have stole a march on him for me, Flanagan at left back, but we've not had a backup for Tav, and we've kind of treated him kind of badly, I think, Flanagan, because it can't be easy to play at left back when you're right-footed.
No, absolutely. And yes.
Of course, other teams target you as well when they know you're a right-footed player at left back, and the only thing that worries me about Flanagan, he's strong in the tackle, but he does lack a wee bit of pace. But he's an able deputy. He's an able deputy for Tav. It's a thing we're short at the moment is cover for Tav if he happened to have to maybe pick up an injury or a sending off, he can fit in there.
You know what, Foxy, when you say that, it sounds an anathema to me. Here you've said if Tav picks up an injury. I don't remember ever been injured, do you? And he's playing as a fullback and an attacking fullback, and scores goals, helps to set up goals, and he plays at right back. And for all the time I've seen him, I don't remember him. Obviously, some of the guys in the lobby will say such and such a game he was off or he was injured. I don't remember seeing him get injured. I remember he had a sore wrist or a sore hand or something. He was bandaged up. But other than that, my God Almighty, the last time I saw him getting pulled down was to Stokes in the Hibs game. I grabbed him round the neck. Other than that, he's just Well, he's just like a machine, isn't he? He just keeps going. So great athlete, a great athlete for sure.
I agree with you. You know what I think it have, mate? I think there's a lot of Rangers supporters only that enamoured with him, mate, and it's because he's attacking, but this attacking role that he's got within the team. But I think he's been a bit more disciplined this year in staying back, and I suppose that's been helped with two decent central defenders behind him that they can cover for him. I think he's had a great season up to now, mate. Other people might disagree with that, and if you do, phone in.
Yep. On 0141 356 1972 or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, where you're brought into the call to talk about with Fox about all things Rangers. I would have never have thought in a month of Sundays when we started with Stevie G that Andy Halliday would be our sort of squad player who would be filling in several positions. Never seen it coming, and he's no really let us down this season. Ulster.
No, he surprised me, to be honest. Pleasantly surprised me. He's come in and done a job. I think he's one of those type of players, especially because he's at Rangers. He'll play absolutely anywhere. I think Stephen George alluded to that before. He's just keen to play. If he's asked to play at left back, he'll do it. Asked to play in midfield, he'll do it. As long as he gets a blue shirt on him, he'll play anywhere. And he has really, whatever he's done pre-season, he's really, really worked hard to keep himself in the team, keep himself into the plans of Steven Gerrard, and he's a real good player to have in your squad when you do get the injuries like Sabarisic, or if you have like Flanagan who isn't playing too well and uncomfortable at left back. It's great to have someone like Andy Halliday to bring on and to be able to fill that role for us, and I think he's been very, very decent for us. There's been games that actually I would maybe have had him our best player in some of the games he's played, and I never thought I would have said that. So fair play to Andy Halliday, because I think most of us, 9 out of 10 supporters, would have thought that he wouldn't have been here at this stage. So credit to him. Fantastic. I'm very proud for him. It's great to have a Rangers fan who loves the club so much in the team and playing well. It's great.
Yeah, the boy's living the dream, but we'll see what it takes. He's got limited ability and limited pace, mate, but he puts his heart and soul into him, and it's good enough to get him through sometimes. But
yeah, correct.
For our team to improve, unfortunately, Andy will not need to be in it, and that's what the improvement's going to cost us, mate.
Well, a big challenge ahead for him if he wants to stay at Rangers, because we know he's got limitations, as you said there. He's short in pace sometimes, and he lunges in. He tries to make up for it by lunging in, and he gives away some free kicks. Admittedly, sometimes last man free kicks type of thing, but they're in dangerous positions, for crosses coming in, which is one of our weak points. So yes, I agree 100%. I see him lasting the rest of the season as the backup man, somebody can go to, and from a left side perspective, left-footed side, take free kicks, have a shot at goal, that kind of thing, where he's no fear. But if we want to move on in the world of football, then people like Andy Halliday have to step up with us and be with us all the way, or he's just going to have to fade away, as you say, unfortunately.
I think the big difference in him this season is Steven Gerrard's given him a bit of his confidence back. I think under Pedro and Murty, I think he lost confidence in himself. I think they've managed to tell him he's got a part to play at Ibrox. And you always need a kind of utility player in your squad, and that's what he's turning into. And good luck to the boy. He's done what he's been asked to do and no let us down. So I think Andy might be about maybe another season after most people think he'll be away, mate.
I think you'd be right there, Fox.
He keeps bouncing back.
He does. And he's willing, and he's so eager, He's so eager, and there's so many players, especially in this era of football now, they like to play in a certain position. They don't like to switch too much because of the egos, etc. But it's good to have a player there who's happy to be there, happy to be on the bench when he has to be, and happy to play anywhere the manager wants him to play. So it's not a bad player to have there, just in case you do have a few injuries.
And don't forget, a big part of Andy's game is he is a Rangers man, mate, and probably very good to have about the dressing room as well.
Yeah, can I just ask a question? No, do you see Andy Halliday being kept on as a backup to Barisic, for instance, or do you see him being in there in the midfield? Would he be a choice in your midfield?
No, it wouldn't be a first team choice for me, mate, when everybody was fit.
Right,
But as I say, you need utility players.
Oh, absolutely.
And Andy would play in goal for you, mate. I know it's never going to happen, but you know, he's that type of boy. And if he'd been a cast-off, he's got himself back into the first team squad. Good luck to him, as I say.
Oh, living the dream, and I couldn't be any happier for him. But as I say, come the end of this season, and you might be right, Fox, it might be the next season before you see a change there. But certainly, come the end of this season, the people that we're going to bring into our club, they should be way above anything that we've got at the club, shall we say. And that includes Andy Halliday. So you might find Andy Halliday filtering down to be what you called as a utility player. And he's always going to be that in the club. But when he comes on, he'll always give you 100%. And he is a Ranger. I don't know how long he wants to hang around Rangers if he's not getting the game every week. But certainly, he's a Ranger and he's living the dream. Absolutely brilliant for him.
Fair play, Andy. Hope we can keep this good run of form up. He never even gave us any closing interview about the midfield, Big Ulster.
Oh, he'll be playing? No. It's hard to say, you know. He didn't intimate too much, but I don't think. I think Andy Halliday will play left back. I think in the midfield will be interesting. I think Artfield definitely play off. I think he done pretty well. A couple of assists and goals in the last game against Motherwell, so he'll definitely feature. But what interests me is Jack and Koulibaly, you know. When you've got the one centre defence mid, who's he going to play? That'll be interesting.
I don't think he'll change the midfield three. I thought they worked very well in the last game, and I think they'll all keep their positions. Ajaria, Jack and Arfield will be the middle three. You think, Ops?
Going in the Motherwell game, aye, mate. Just going in the Motherwell game, you would say aye. You know, because not just the 7 goals we scored, the ball was pinging about the danger. The Motherwell's goal a lot.
Do any of you think, just before we go to break, do any of you think we'll see McCrory again this season?
Aye, I think we'll see him, mate. I think he'll get his chances. There's games, especially in this run up to the new year. Maybe Hamilton at home, maybe Dundee away. There's games there. Some of the midfield will need a wee rest in between these games. I think there's periods where we've got 3 games in 6 days. And for the midfield to put in the amount of work that they do, mate, I think there's going to be changing. Of course, Jordan Rossiter's there as well.
Right,
so we
that's
maybe
what I was just going to say that,
Yeah, Jordan.
we odd changes, subtle changes to the team when he thinks other midfielders need a wee rest.
Yeah, I was just going to say that about Rossiter as well. He's sitting there waiting to come in. So you got Koulibaly, that's if he's still here. You got Koulibaly, Rossiter, and a few others fighting for the chances, and McCrory included there. And particularly the defensive mid role, which I thought McCrory was really good at. Thought he was good at just patrolling that side, that just in front of the back four. And Ryan Jack comes into that area, and so does Koulibaly if necessary, and Rossiter for sure. So that's a tough area. Lots of players in there, and you're right. Come other games later on in the season, potentially Ibrox, where it's a bit easier to bring that change in from the start. You could bring Rossiter in and let him go on with his game. But at the present moment, we're just all worried and tense about how we're playing and who we're playing and why and all that. We're not just let the team play. Motherwell was an example. We played Motherwell. Let's go out there and do the same thing. Just play your game and let's see how you play. I'm so excited about tomorrow.
I think we'll just go for a tune just now. Up seems to have disappeared
Right.
here.
Right, I'm on
So,
mute.
Wee tune. Yep.
And welcome back, guys. Ulster, have you got a few more comments there for Facebook, mate?
Oh, I'm joining that wee medley, Fox. I enjoyed it, dancing about there.
Well done.
You fell asleep.
No,
You had.
no,
You
no.
had.
Only
It's
when
weird.
Bridges talking. Only when Bridges talking. No, when you're an Ulster are talking, you know. That was a smashing me medley. How's the poll going? We'll finish it off now. What's the result?
Yeah, well, at the minute we've got 314 votes.
Right.
Middleton 41% and Kent 59%. And I'll just give you a few more of the comments that people have put in. Let me see. Alan Johnson says Middleton creates width. Kent wants to cut inside far too often. Let me see who else. Monique, Kent, for me, Middleton is young. Don't want to ruin him before he's at his peak. Let me see who else. Stuart Bowman, Middleton can shoot and tracks back better. I'd say Kent has the better first touch, but all round Middleton is our player, so prefer to bring him on. And the last one would be Connor Fleming. Middleton is far too predictable. Needs to mix up his game a bit more. Love Kent and how much he's grown into a player over the last month or so.
And we've also been joined by Bear Down Under. Evening, mate.
Oh. How are we doing, Bear?
Good morning,
How are
gentlemen.
we?
Good morning.
In Western Australia, how are we?
We are grand.
Good man,
Yes.
good man.
Fine. How about yourselves?
I mean, okay, I'm alright.
Well, thanks.
Ulster's alright. Fridges as usual and Foxes get petted lip on because they never get a fridge magnet.
All right. Sorry, I missed the. I've just due to a 5 o'clock start on a Saturday morning. I've missed your first hour of your show. So apologies if I'm a bit slow on what's happened.
Stevie G was on, just pretty much saying Boran's not quite ready and it looks as if it'll be a similar team to the last time, mate. That's the way you intimated, you know.
Yeah. I seen half of an interview when I woke up. So I've seen the first half of his interview.
How's the supporters club going, mate?
Pretty unbelievable, to be honest, Docs. Obviously, with the committee's well and truly up and running, we're just under, about 80 fully paid members.
Right, do you want to let people know where it is and use them a shout? Come on, don't be shy.
Alright, so obviously we're still going at the Rockingham Bowling Club. Usually getting anywhere, depending on the fixture, we can get up to 60 odds in a game. We've got the Livingston game on tonight at 11 o'clock kickoff. The bar will be open. It's open all day, so come in early. Anybody that wants to come and watch the game, all Rangers fans are welcome. We're actually got next Saturday. We've actually got our Christmas function, which is a ticketed event. We've got Gary Stevens, ex-Rangers right back, coming, and also Ian Ferguson for a meet and greet, and then a bit of a disco happening for the rest of basically a bit of a swally. Tickets are $25, which are the equivalent of about £12.50. So I think you can say it's a bit of a bargain, and you'll also get some food included in that as well. So it should be good to get two of the ex-Rangers legends
You fancy
down.
it, Fox? You fancy it?
I don't know if the 18 goes that far, mate.
You'll get your ticket, mate.
I think that just gets me to the Scottish border, mate. That's about it.
You told me to go you on the way to back.
Well, it's great to hear your club's going so well, mate. Congratulations, brilliant.
Also, it's unbelievable. It's just amazing that we've had some strong numbers on a regular basis, and we're getting kick-off times of 10 o'clock on a Sunday, and they're still getting 50 people rock up to watch the Rangers. That's brilliant.
That's incredible.
Absolutely brilliant. Listen, Bear, just to say to you, Gary Stevens is coming in as a guest.
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
I'll tell you what,
Wonderful player.
in some people's eyes, the best right back Rangers ever had. In some people's eyes. There you go.
Good. Bridgeman.
Yes, bud.
Bridgeman. We were looking at his honours and what he's done in his career, right? Can you tell? Can you? I was thinking about it. Is he the most decorated right back Rangers have had?
I would suggest yes. I would certainly suggest yes. Well, there's been some great long-term servants for Rangers. Bobby Shearer, for instance, had won a lot of medals with Rangers. But really and truly, Gary Stevens is a fantastic player. Just an absolutely, utterly fantastic player for Rangers. Actually, Oxtear, I think Oxtear used to praise him a lot last season. I don't know whether he still feels the same about it. He probably does.
Oh, I put him. I think he was in when we done my team, mate. I think I had him in my team. I think, from memory, Gary Stevens. When he came into my team, he was a tremendous player for us.
6 Premier League titles and a Trotty one, mate, if I remember right.
Oh, superb. Absolutely a wonderful player.
And also with Everton, am I right in saying that he won 2 First Division titles as well? 48 caps, I think it's 46 or 48 caps for England. Played in the hand of God, obviously game of Maradona. The guy, when you look at it, that's what I started asking me. Is he the most decorated right back to ever play for a club in terms of what he's done in his career?
Yeah, he's got to be.
I just have a look at it here. He won 2 First Division titles with Everton. He won the FA Charity Shield twice with Everton. Won the FA Cup once. European Cup Winners' Cup with Everton also. Won the Scottish Premier Division 6 times. Won the Scottish Cup and won the Scottish League Cup twice.
Yeah.
So the only people that could ever beat that would be the guys for the olden days. As I say, Bobby Shearer, who played most of his playing career with Rangers and won. They won a lot of medals. Whether they won that many, I'm not 100% sure. But he won't be far away from being the most decorated right back Rangers ever had, for sure.
Is he still working as a physiotherapist in Australia?
Yes, he is. He actually, yes, he is. He's very close to where Rockingham is, which is, he's a man that's got to keep himself to himself. But look at him coming.
Let the rest of the world know where Rockingham is. They're down under.
So we're about 40 kilometres south from Perth city. And it's a coastal town, growing rapidly, working class town. But as say, anybody that is listening to the show that's in Perth, either north or south of what we call it the city, everybody's welcome to the event. And obviously throwing in Ian Ferguson there, who's not a bad decorated player himself. It's to come and have these guys are coming to help and support our club and giving us their time, which is much appreciated. They come down and help us for our first Christmas function. As I say, ticketed event works out to use the £12.50 for a ticket. You can't go wrong with that.
That's a terrific value, that.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're paying the airfare, I'll go.
Business class. Tickets. If you get here, I'll shout you the tickets, right?
Oh, you're all class bird down under.
It's just looking at how much he played there. He only played for 3 sides. A lot of loyalty there. He played over 208 games for Everton, 187 for Rangers, and then finished up with 126 games for Tranmere Rovers. That's some service to 3 different clubs, isn't it?
Just fantastic. What an athlete, by the way. You have to say it. What an athlete. Absolutely superb. Really, really good.
Anyway, there'll not be many people when he turns up in the room and the other guys get more medals than him. I think fair you might beat him with the medals.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I know. Between the two of them, you put the two of them together, it's what the service that these 2 players have gave to our club. To have the 2 of them in the room and to give us their time is quite astonishing for such just a brand new club like us. We're absolutely over the moon with what's happening, onwards and upwards with our little club, and it's growing every day. We've got our merchandise on the go now with all our shirts, which are selling like hotcakes, and everybody loves it with the new crest. So yeah, we're really. It's a week today, next Saturday. Anybody, let us know. Tickets on our Facebook page. Any requests, just send us a PM.
Can you leave two tickets at the door just in case me and Fox change our mind?
You'll need to let us know because the way these tickets they're selling like hotcakes, boys. Sorry. You only got another couple of days to let us know, alright? I'll hold through, but I can't promise they're going to be there when you get to the door. The bouncers might not let you in.
We've never had any trouble with bouncers before, mate. Ox just knocks them out, you know.
we can't leave till next Thursday because that's when he picks up his pension. So
that's plenty of time, mate. No, plenty of time.
Oh dear! All right, brilliant. That's fantastic news, isn't it, Bridgeman? That is a new club founded in Western Australia, and it's gone from strength to strength.
It's just wonderful to listen to and hear these stories. Bear down under, congratulations to everybody involved in it. Really, really well done. Absolutely superb, pal.
Cheers, mate. We've got a really hard-working committee that are driving for success, and we're hungry for it. And yeah, it's you know, we speak every day, and everybody's got ideas and different inputs, but it's a healthy committee, and we're all enjoying it. We're all enjoying it.
Did I hear you saying that Ian Ferguson's in your area as well?
Yeah, Ian Ferguson lives is based in Perth. Yes, just north of Perth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him coming in when he played for St Mirren and they won the cup. He scored the goal. You remember that one? Ian Ferguson.
Back to you.
There you go. Well, he came into
1987.
He came into our work
Definitely.
he came into our work with a cup. Him and his 3 or 4 of his teammates and the manager. They all come in and got presented with special bottles of drink, you know. But marvellous stuff. Great to see. Only a young boy. My God Almighty, how time's flown. And Ian Ferguson, what a star he became for us. Wonderful.
10 league championship medals per year.
Wow, just amazing, isn't it?
10. Wow.
Just amazing.
9 in a row, and then he won the first one with Advocat, didn't he?
But you know, he was a great servant to Rangers, Ian Ferguson. He came to Ibrox and I don't think he ever wanted to leave, ever. You know, in his mind, he was just a Rangers man. That was it, and would have done the end for us for sure, and did many times.
And a right good guy as well, I must admit. A right good guy.
A Rangers fan through and through. He's not the club, you know, and it just shows you as well. He's taking his time out to come and help us for our Christmas do. That's just, you know, he loves surrounding himself with Rangers fans and talking about the Rangers. So it should be a good night.
You'll enjoy it for sure. That's for sure. Well, I'm really delighted to hear about your club, the Rangers club. Absolutely marvellous. Just marvellous.
You've talked us into it. We'll be there.
What about you, Bridgeman?
What's that, bud?
Do you come in as well?
No.
No,
but I was just going to... My sister lives down in Melbourne. And I was going to say that next time we're over, we might take a trip up to Perth. So you never know.
Absolutely.
We don't like to sit just in Melbourne. We like to get around, you know.
French can't come for security reasons, bear down under. Social security reasons.
But no,
I don't realise. Let me give you something. This shows you the size of Australia. How far do you reckon it is on a plane to Perth to Melbourne? Bridgeman?
It's 3 hours, isn't it?
Oh, close to 5.
Is it 5 hours?
Yeah.
We did it. We did it because we've been over in Australia a couple of times and we flew back. We flew back from Melbourne, and I couldn't remember how long it was, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It was 3,000 miles or something like that. So it would be about 5 hours.
They're 3 hours. They're 3 hours in front of us in the time factor. So it's almost like a different country sometimes. So.
And it's a tidy wee time because we were going to Singapore and flew from Singapore to Perth, and it's quite a tidy time. It's a 5 hour flight, I guess. Maybe even 8.
just the 6th.
All right, Manchester to Rangers show. It's no
Oh, sorry,
ordinary
bud.
holidays.
Sorry,
guys,
bud. Sorry. No, it's just. I do know how far it is. I was meaning that we like to take trips internally in Australia, so I think a flight over to Perth would come in handy.
But down under, what else is on your mind, Rangers related? How you think the season's gone? What's your views?
Looking at where we are on the table just now, 2 points behind. Happy where we are. I think we can grow with that. We'll get these fixtures. Looking at the fixtures coming up, obviously 29th of December. We'll know where we are on the 29th of December. So I'm just hoping we can go into that game either basically touching distance what it is just now, or level in points, so that game we can go in there and keep them doing and basically take the top of the table and onwards and upwards from there. But no, I'm delighted. The squad's starting to look, using the squad well. We've got guys coming back for injury that's coming back at the right time. Some players, it was good to see Gresner get in and get a bit of form against the Motherwell game. We can't going out, and then you've got boys like Gresner coming in and doing the business. You've got to be happy with Steven Gerrard using the squad.
Who plays for you tomorrow in the front three?
Well, you're basically, I'd like to see Candias come back in. I'd like to see him on the right, Gresner on the left, and obviously Morelos in the middle. And just we've got to manage Middleton's time. We don't want to overexpose him, especially against some of the way these Scottish defenders play, mate. I'd like to see Candias come back in for his bit of experience, and I like the way that he works with Cav. I think Cav's a better player with Candias in front of him, so that would be mine. And obviously, we need to give Gresner as much game time as we can to try and get him his form up to what he needs to be in this Christmas period.
Anybody get any other thoughts on the front three?
I think it's to me it's a straight choice between Candias on the right and Gresner. You could take your turn what you want to say. You want to make sure that nobody winds Candias up and blows kisses at him and all that nonsense to get him wind up and sent off, or what? Or do you go with Gresner and let him get time in? Because he's certainly a nice player, tidy player. There's a turn for us, scored 2 goals, created one, So I think it's just a straight choice there. There's a lot of guys think they would like to stick with Candias because he's worked basically a partnership, telling to purpose with Tavernier, and that's a big positive as well.
Candias is well liked in the support Ulster.
He is, mate. I think that's due to his hard work. He's always running, great engine on him, gives everything for the team. So he is well liked. And Rangers supporters have always liked a trier, anyone who's give their all. We always seem to lean towards him, It'll be interesting to see who plays between the two. That'll be interesting. I think Middleton will play on the left. Obviously Morelos in the middle, but yeah, Gresner or Candias. Interesting. I can't wait to see who Stevie G goes for. But does he go for Candias maybe in the league game, maybe switching up to Gresner in the European game or vice versa? Time will tell, but I'm pretty happy if I have the two of them to play.
There's no. Have you got any doubts about whether you would play Morelos or Carl Lafferty?
I think he'll stick with Morelos, won't he? I think he'll stick with him, and then Lafferty will have to try and take his chances from the bench, I would have thought.
Well, talking about guys who can sneak in, we'll be joined by Jimmy. Hey, Knightswood. How are we doing, JFK?
All right, guys. How you doing?
Hello, Jimmy. You all right, pal?
I'm all right. I tuned in about 25 minutes ago, so I didn't call in. I was really enthralled with Bear Down Under. How you doing, Bear?
Brilliant story, Jimmy.
Oh, it was good. Mate. I just sat and I listened to it. Absolutely wonderful. It was good. Going to all the thousands of miles away in Blue Noses there. Aye. wish you all the best, mate, and onwards and upwards, you know.
Cheers, Jimmy. Cheers, Jimmy.
We've got myself and Ox. I've got a fellow pal who's he's a good Orangeman, played in the Partick Protestant Boys flute band with me, but he's a Partick Thistle supporter. He immigrated to Perth 12 years ago. Gary Brownlee.
And you know what? I know Gary Brownlee very well. I've done work for Gary. I know Gary. We Baldy Gary.
It must be Baldy with me, you.
Oh, it must be Baldy with me, you.
You wouldn't believe Gary. I've done several jobs for Gary. I know Gary very well.
Gary's a good friend. I mean, I knew Gary when he was a sparkle in his daddy's eye bear. Stayed round the corner from me in Partick. He was there a couple of years ago for a parades. Worked with the Partick Prody Boys. He's working with Perth County Council or something, isn't he? Whatever it is.
No. I'll tell you where he's working. He's working for the Rockingham Council.
Is it? There you go. He's
working in the local area. I mean, he lives just about 20 minutes north of where we're based, but he works actually in the area. I know Gary very well.
Good.
Small world, eh?
Well, if you meet him, just tell him you were talking to Jimmy the Skull. He'll know who Jimmy the Skull, Jimmy Miller, Jimmy the Skull. Know Gary very, very well. Anyway, guys, I've not been on a couple of nights. How you all doing? All right?
Not bad, Jim. Not bad, Jimmy. JFK yourself. Are you looking forward to the game tomorrow?
Definitely. I can't wait.
Do us a favour. Remember, take your fridge back along for Fox tomorrow, mate.
I can't wait. This international break does my head in, you know. Hate it with a vengeance. As you all know, Macy's like myself are no interested in anything that Scotland's got to offer. But I just came in and I heard the guys talking about the front three, and I think we spoke about it at the start of the week here. I would go for Grezda, Morelos. I think I'm saying I would go for Candeias, Grezda and Morelos, but I think we'll go down the road that we have been the last few weeks, and the Fox said that whoever sits beside the manager always is basically a first pick. So with young Glenn today doing his presser with the gaffer, so I'll probably be wrong. I'll probably be Candeias, Morelos and Glenn up front, and probably Grezda on the bench. I would go for Candeias, Morelos and Grezda, but I don't think that's going to happen. And I just heard today that Barisic is still out, and we know that young Kent's still out as well. But I'm really looking forward to it, Ox. Can't wait tomorrow. Can't wait, mate.
It's hard to believe. Livingston sell out, big game, important game for us in my season, Ulster.
Yes, mate, every game's important, as the bridge man always says, but I think we're such a tough run of games in December where we could possibly drop points here or there. Because it is a lot of, it's going to be tough on the side to try and win every game. I hope they do it, but games like this, Livingstone at home, we really have to take 3 points, keep the foot on the gas, keep the pressure on. These are where they're all must win, but these are the games where it would be criminal not to get 3 points. It's a great opportunity.
I would really appreciate if you could get me a Titanic fridge magnet for Fox tomorrow on the way over.
Titanic one. That's terrible, you. Terrible.
I hope somebody's going to buy me a fridge to stick them on.
It's something to stick, something to put in it and off, Fox. They used to have an empty fridge with a magnet on it. You want something?
We're filled up with vodka. It'll be filled up with vodka. Don't worry about that.
I maybe need to move Nurse Gladys to the side then to get the food in.
Is she in the freezer, Fox?
Aye, well, I'm saying not too much about it.
Oh, damn it. Enough say that.
Aye, well. Anybody see the shape changing at all tomorrow? I can't. I think we've got a pattern and the manager will play it. Anybody?
I think it'll be the same, Ox. I mean, we've discussed this many times. I can't see the gaffer changing anything at all. The personnel obviously will change a wee bit, maybe but he'll keep the same shape. You know, and he said he's the other day, you know, he's only concerned about Livingston day in the day, and they will be hard to break down, no matter if I've got 3 or 4 players missing. But they'll come with the usual 10 behind the ball, and it's up to us to break them down. No matter what the guy, Gary Holt, says that they're going to Ibrox to win, that's a lot of rubbish. You know, they'll come and try and spoil the game and hope they can maybe do a counter-attack and breakaway. But nah, the shape will stay the same, and obviously it's up to us to try and break them down, Ox.
Early goal important for you, Bird Down Under?
Every goal is important. Yeah, it was, especially against the last game, I mean, Motherwell, when they went a man down. That's, in my eyes, that the performance that we went and the ruthlessness we went after that is what we should be expecting at Ibrox, especially when a team goes man down. We want to basically run over the top of them, score as many goals as we possibly can. Don't take the foot off the gas. And what really impressed me was when they went the man down, we went for the jugular, and we didn't stop. It was basically, it could have been more. But every goal is important, mate. Absolutely. We used to every point's important. To be fair, Ox. At this time, we're getting into some. I think we get 3 games in 6 days or something coming up. Am I correct? After this game,
I think we've got 11 games in 33 days in total or something like that.
Jeez, right, well, that's going to be that's where the squad's going to have to come in, isn't it? And hopefully every game we can get the 3 points, but see how it goes.
You know, Bear, it's a true saying that every single game is the next game is the most important. We've got 11 games of this, as Oxley are saying there, to the end of the year. And obviously we want to win every single one of them by a distance if we can. But the truth is, this one tomorrow is massive. You're going to have a 50,000 crowd. We're playing against Livingston, who scored a good goal against us and took 3 points away and actually stole the game from us, truth be told. Once again, we let ourselves down, shoot ourselves in the foot, call it we like. Tomorrow we need to make amends. We need to win. We need 3 points. I don't care how we get it. 1-0 will do me fine. Obviously, I want 21-0, but 1-0 will do me fine. Get me 3 points tomorrow. Please, Rangers. Let's just do it. Get there and mollocate them.
Mollocate them, Ulster. Mollocate them, eh?
I hope so. I really, really hope so. That's what we need to do. Keep the confidence going. And I think the manager already had said, well, hinted to it anyway, about the over celebrating at the end of the Livingston game. As he said himself, if you've anything about you as a player, you'll keep that in your mind in this game. And hopefully we do give him a good tanking, you know.
Yeah, that was a good comment he made, Ulster, that any Rangers player who saw that team celebrate, then they should go to show them what we're all about, you know. So, I mean, 100% right there, mate. I mean, the players should take that as a, finger up, we celebrate it, and there was all the pushing and shoving it at the end of the game. Look, we've got to take confidence for the 7-1 game, and I know that Ox had said the other night, sometimes we get, we put ourselves on a pedestal and we come right down, doing me a bad bang. But I think we should take that confidence into the game. We owe Livingston big time, and it would be great if we could come away another 7-1. But I'm kind of in line with the Bridgeman now. I'll take 1-0 every game now. I didn't used to think like that a few weeks ago, but I think now we're getting to the situation. It's getting tight. We didn't really expect them to drop any points here a couple of weeks ago, but now we're only 2 behind them. And we need to win every game up until the 29th of December. So I'm standing behind the Bridgeman here, and I'll go for a 1-0. And like him, I'd like to be 21-0, but no, 1-0 every game to we meet the puddle drinkers in December will do me.
And a wee 1-0 there'll do me as well.
An own goal will do me.
I've got a question for the panel. Should Morelos
wait a minute. Is it going to be too hard to look?
No.
All right, okay.
Should Morelos take a booking tomorrow and get his ban out the way?
Oh, controversy.
Aye.
They're down under.
Well, for me personally, I don't want to leave it in the hands of the Scottish referees because they'll no book him up until the time it knocks him out for the Timbs game. So take
What game would they miss if he gets booked tomorrow?
I think he misses Hamilton or Dundee. It's one of the smaller teams if he gets his booking tomorrow, I think.
Aye.
2 weeks. It's 2 weeks away. I think it's two working weeks. I was going to say that. 2 weeks.
It's a game after the you're right there, Bridge. It doesn't automatically miss the next game. It's a game after that.
Oh, is it a game level, Jimmy? Is it a game level? I'm thinking weeks and weeks. Sorry.
Well, what happens is, I might be wrong here. I'm jumping in where Foxes. He's maybe no. On you go, Fox. You probably maybe know more about than me, pal.
If he gets booked, it's a fortnight later. The game in that week, he gets. You need to remember we've got games midweek, so possibly we're looking at the Hamilton game or the Dundee, which
I think they'll do fine. Yeah, I think those two will be fine.
We're not wanting to lose them at Tynecastle or against Aberdeen or whatever, you know.
Sorry, Fox. I thought what happened is, mate, you're probably right there. I thought that when they reached the six bookings, there was 2 games was missed, and then it come into the ban then. So that means he would miss it would be the Saturday game and the midweek game, and then he would obviously miss that game after that.
I'd like to see him maybe in the 80th minute if we're winning, mate. Score a goal, take his jersey off, take the booking, and that's it out the way.
Well, sure, Stevie Gerrard did say he took him off the last game because he was frightened in case he get booked. You remember that? So I don't know.
Well, do we want to get him booked? Do we want him to get booked at all? This up to the Christmas, up to the big game in Ibrox.
I think the point that Fox is making...
tactical, yeah. Do we want to do that?
He's likely to get booked against Hibs at Easter Road, and then all of a sudden he misses the game on the 29th. Is that the point, Fox?
Well, do you think...
I wouldn't leave it in the hands of the Scottish referees.
No, but what I was going to say was, do you think it's possible that certain teams, let's say Hibs, because we're playing them twice, so is there any chance that they might in fact force Morelos or inveigle Morelos somehow or to get booked, and knowing fine well what's going to happen, and they won't be available for the big game on the 29th? Do you think Hibs would stoop to that? Nah, sporting integrity.
But see, we've got to remember what Fox is saying there. In theory, is good, you know. But look, we all know what Fred's like. You know, we know he's impetuous and that, and he gets his wee angry heat on, and it obviously doesn't lash out, but his tongue lashes out, and he's not happy with different things. You know, he walks about most of the time with a scowl on his face. But maybe if he did get booked tomorrow, it would be a godsend in that aspect for us. But some of these games against Hearts and the spoon burners and that, you know, they're going to be hard games. And same as Amora, he's going to have his wits about in Amora, because this team will put themselves about, and they know what Fred's like. If he doesn't get like the tackles he's getting and the referee's not giving him the protection he deserves, he could be off the park Amora, you know. So he needs to watch that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what he needs to watch. So should he get booked? I know, but we'll wait and see what happens, you know. And
don't celebrate a goal. Don't celebrate a goal. Don't blow kisses, because the referees are going to book Rangers players for these things.
Well, this is what we'll need to see. You know that
there's a lot of shite in it.
Aye, what other players this is going to happen to? Is it only going to happen to us? So
absolutely,
it'll be interesting tomorrow, Bridge, to see how that pans out.
Well, that boy, the Livingston player Declan Gallagher, he's up in people's faces after the game finished. Oh, we beat you, but you're like, wait a minute. Candace, the referees openly said he get booked for blowing a kiss. What? What's that about?
Well, let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's get into them tomorrow.
Yeah, 3 points a must, Jimmy.
Oh, definitely. It's got to be. I mean, as Bear said there, Bear Down Under was saying there, I mean, every game's is a winning game now. We've got to win every single game before we play the Puddle Drinkers on December the 29th in Marine Mecca, right? Because if we don't, then we're throwing a good chance away. We've done it last season. When they get a bad result, we get a shite result. And that's not the only word to put in it. Right, so what we need to do is go out there and make sure that we win every game. I keep saying to people that I know when I go to the games with that, look, forget about them, the new. No, until they get beat. If they get beat or draw, then we can use that to our advantage. But let them go on with it. They've got to go on with, and let us do what we've got to do. We need to concentrate on winning every single game. And if the Puddle Drinkers falter, then that's to our benefit. We need to keep our house in order and keep it going until that day comes, the 29th of December, Ox.
Oh, dear.
Well, is it not a case if they're playing at 12:30 tomorrow, they will have an advantage? Providing they win, of course, you know.
I don't see it. I wouldn't use the word advantage, Bridge.
Okay.
They've won the game. They should win the game against them tomorrow, right? And that puts them the 5 points ahead. That doesn't give them an advantage because there's no advantage here. We've just got to go and make sure at the end of the day we're still 2 points behind. You know, and if they do drop any points tomorrow, then that is a benefit for us, and that's where the team can benefit for that. If the Puddle Drinkers drop any points and we start our game at 3 o'clock, knowing that they've done that, if that
so advantage us.
Well, if it isn't, I'd like to use the word incentive. If that doesn't give your players a decent incentive to go in the park and win the game, to pull the points back even further, then they're not worth their salt then. So let's use it as an incentive. Whatever they do, we need to match or better. So if they drop points tomorrow, we need to win them all. And the same will be going on. We've got Hearts and the Spoonburners to play shortly as well. You know, the Villarreal game will take care of itself. But
they've all got to play each other as well, Jimmy. They've got to play them.
That's what I'm saying, Ox. That's the incentive, mate. They've all got to play each other as well. So we just need to make sure that we take care of our business. And
we need to win tomorrow, Jimmy.
Of course we do.
Yeah.
Of course we do. Oh, definitely we need to win tomorrow. We need to win next Saturday. We need to win the Wednesday as well. Who's it? Aberdeen may play the Wednesday after it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed.
Sure it is. Aberdeen at Ibrox the Wednesday. Well, every game we need to win. Every single game. And see what incentive that we can put in front of us. And I'm up for that. Definitely. I'm shouting and balling them more. Come on!
Already.
Burning here now. Oh.
Here, can I put a wee question to you?
On you go, mate.
Right, just a wee quiz question. And if you know it for a fact, don't give it away straight away. Right? So, because I was looking at Gary Stevens' honours, so I was looking at a few other players. Right? So what player has played for Rangers, has won all 3 major trophies in England and in Scotland, and also represented 3 different international sides?
Oh, that must be a league. Scottish League, English League.
Scottish League, English League, Scottish League Cup and English League Cup, and both FA Cups.
Wow, that's a good one.
Right, these are a few minutes. I'm thinking.
And represented 3 different international teams.
But it's no on football though, is it?
Yeah, all in football.
All in football?
All in football.
Because I was going to say Andy Gorham.
Oh, he never won the League Cup in England, did he?
But I know he didn't, but I'm just thinking because he represented Scotland at cricket.
Is it Souness?
Never won the Scottish Cup with us.
The 3 different countries.
I'll give you another good clue in about 5 minutes if you can't get it.
Right, okay, that's fine. Gary Stephen, Trevor Stephen.
Trevor Stevens.
He'd only represent one. This guy represented 3 international teams officially.
He represented 3 international. He played for 3
three different
countries.
internationals. Yeah,
Is that possible?
it is possible.
Probably at youth level. Maybe at
Nope.
youth level. is
Senior
good.
level.
Senior level. Oh my God. You get
What?
into-
Oh, Stuart McCall, but I can't see him doing the country. But
So if it's all at senior level, I can't imagine which countries he could have went and represented. He must have changed his nationality to make that happen.
Or maybe nations changed.
Or could be, yes.
Kanchelskis, no.
Well done. Well played.
oh, well done.
He played for the Soviet Union. He played for CIS, and then played for Russia. He won.
He was.
He won the Premier League twice with Manchester United, the FA Cup with Manchester United, the League Cup, won the Scottish Premier League, Scottish Cup, and Scottish League Cup. And the other clue I was going to give you is he was actually the only player in history to score goals in the Merseyside derby, the Manchester derby, and the Old Firm derby. The only person in history.
Wow, so he played for Everton.
He played for Everton
Yeah.
and Manchester United.
Man United. I remember the Man United, all right.
Yeah.
So what, he scored in the Liverpool derby, the Manchester derby, and the Glasgow derby. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, only person in history ever to do it. Well done. Bird in
You mean Kenny Miller didn't do that?
No worries.
No.
Kenny Miller did everything.
Don't mention Kenny. I'm still sure that.
I know
he's
he's.
You'd have got that one eventually, Ox, wouldn't you?
Nah, I think so. But it was a good game. It was a good game. I don't mention Kenny, mate. It's still too
Skipper was asking if it was Ian Black.
He's
Well
painted
said,
in all different countries.
painted them 3 different colours, man. Like,
Wow. Oh, it's some beauties.
oh, good one.
3 different countries. That's quite amazing. Because I'm trying to think. The only one I know that did, or 2 played for different countries, was Puskas played for Hungary and then Spain.
Di Stefano.
Di Stefano played for. He played for Argentina, Colombia, and then Spain.
I was going to say you there. I thought it was 3 different places you've served time in, Brad. So I was going to think something along that line.
The middle country was that it says the CIS national football team was a transitional national team of the Football Federation of the Soviet Union.
Yeah, correct. Yes. Also, the one who were the guys? There's a couple came from East Germany, played for East Germany, and then when it became Germany, they played for Germany. I think their caps counted either way. You know the guys from West Germany went in to play for Germany, and the East Germans went in there. Wow, that was a bit confusing at sometimes. I'm trying to think of the East German boy. Who's one East German boy came quite famous? Was it Bala?
Who's the centre half, Samora? Jimmy.
Right.
Centre half, Samora. I don't think. I want to see Macaulay play tomorrow. I definitely do. I mean, for a start, I'd get rid of Worrell. I'd kick his ass right out the door after what he said a couple of weeks ago. Nottingham Forest rating him at £7 million. He's not even worth £7. It's obviously, for me, it's got to be Macaulay and Goldson. And they're in, Katic, I don't know if he'll play tomorrow. Halliday as well, where will he play? Will he play or will Flanagan play? But for me, he's got to give Macaulay a run out tomorrow, Ox. I can't. He said a lot of nice things about him today, a lot of good things about Macaulay. He knows he's fully fit now and he's 90 minutes for Northern Ireland, and he knows he's a seasoned professional. For me, he's a stick on. He's got to play Macaulay tomorrow, and without a doubt, I think it'll be the type of game that he'll relish. Definitely.
Bridge?
I would go with what Jimmy says there. Certainly from a Macaulay perspective, I'd love to see Macaulay playing. I think Macaulay would be an absolute star for us. I'd like to see him playing. I'd actually like to see Golson with him because I think Golson's I rate Golson very highly. And the last couple of games there, he was a wee bit off by the sound of it and by the look of it as well. But I think that was due to a health problem as opposed to fitness, and it was causing a wee bit more problems for him. Whether in fact he's 100% fit in the manager's eyes, I don't know. But I would like to see those as a pairing because I think Macaulay, based on what I've seen of Macaulay during his career, admittedly it's only on TV and international career, he's a fantastic player and he will be for us. Brilliant player. And he's got that experience.
I have to cut across you, Bridge, and I'm sorry to do that. I wouldn't normally do it, but we've been joined by Tracy.
No, I'm only phoning because it's Cumbrian Bear's birthday tomorrow, and I'm just phoning up for to wish him happy birthday tomorrow. That's all. I've been not well this week with a chest infection, and I've not phoned in, and I've been pretty shit for the last 2 weeks. But just because it's his birthday tomorrow, and I thought, do you know what? He's wished me happy birthday in October, and I thought, do you know what? Just for Cumbrian Bear's birthday tomorrow, do you know what I mean? He's on every night, and I thought, like myself, wish him happy birthday tomorrow.
Hey, 47 Cumbrian Bear tomorrow.
He's younger than me then. Listen, I'm away. Right, good night, guys. That's all I was phoning for.
Hey, Tracy.
Well done,
Hiya,
Tracy.
how you doing, Ulster? All right?
Doing well, thank you very much.
That's good. Your wee kids are lovely, by the way. Your wee photo
Thank
up the
you.
night.
Yeah, the Rangers flag. Yeah, thank you.
Right, anyway, good night, guys. Right, love you all. Right.
Yes, Tracy. Thanks.
Right. Bye-bye now.
Right.
On you go, Bridge, centre halves, finish off, mate. Just quickly.
You there, Bridge?
Sorry, I was doing a bridge. Apologies. Yes,
Doing a bridge.
doing a bridge. I was just saying that I'd like to see Macaulay and Golson play, but I would like to add a caveat and say that Golson stays back when I go up for the corners and free kicks and things like that. Just like Macaulay got there because he's a really good header of the ball. His history tells us anyway he's a good header of the ball, scores a number of goals, so he'd be a good threat.
That'd be you, Fox.
Macaulay Golson for me tomorrow.
JFK.
Definitely Macaulay and Golson. It's a stick on for me. It's got to be them. He's got to start the two guys tomorrow. Definitely.
They're down under.
Yeah, I want to see our two most experienced centre halves in our squad play tomorrow, which is Macaulay and Golson.
Big Ulster.
Macaulay and Golson is for me as well. To be honest, I wouldn't have. I thought Macaulay would have had the bide of this time, obviously, because if other players were playing really good. But I think because of the drop in form with Kadic the last few months, the last few weeks, and Worrell as well hasn't impressed me too much. So I think this is a chance for Macaulay now to come in and get him beside Worrell. And if he plays to the ability that he can, shows his experience, he could be really hard to push back out of the team. So I would fire him in there with Golson.
Anyway, gentlemen, we've came at that time of the evening. Bridgeman.
Oh, what can I say? What a marvellous evening this evening. 40 ounce Friday. Marvellous. Really enjoyed it. I'm buzzing for tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. Huge game. 1-0 for the Gers will do me. Can I just say to other Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans here on Rangers Radio, and not forgetting Bear Down Under, everybody, please, keep it going for the Rangers. Please, just keep it going, because we need it. The Rangers need us.
Can I thank Bridge, Fox, JFK, Tracy for coming in and wishing Cumbria all the best. Great gesture. Big Ulster for taking the time to join us here at Rangers Radio. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. with a pre-match, so take it away, Fox.
How many years ago, my boys, I left old Glasgow town. I followed the pull of the Yankee land and here have settled down. Although I missed old Bridgeton Cross and my friends so near and dear, what I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. You can talk of California where the sun shines all the year. You can bomb about your Broadway lights so clear. But it would fill my heart with sadness, it would fill my heart with cheer if we only had the Rangers over here. For they're the finest team in all the land, and I'm sure that you'll agree. To see them win is something grand, it's part of history. We're the boys who fear no noise, my lads, and I mean this quite sincere. What I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. You can buck up California where the sun shines all the year. You can bum about your Broadway life so clear. But it would fill my heart with gladness, it would fill my heart with cheer if we only had the Rangers over here. For they're the finest team in all the land, and I'm sure that you'll agree. To see them win is something grand, it's part of history. We're the boys who fear no noise, my lads, and I mean this quite sincere. What I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. You can talk of California where the sun shines all the year. You can bomb about your Broadway life so clear. But it would fill my heart with gladness, it would fill my heart with cheer if we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had the Rangers